Hey guys, how are you? Grant right here. I'm back here today for a brand new video. Today I am going way back to over a year ago on this channel. I'm bringing back an artist who is so monumental and just in music history that I haven't gotten back to in a minute. And I'm talking about Amy Winehouse. I reacted to several of her performances on this channel. You guys know I have had such an influx of new artists on this channel. It takes a while to get back to everybody, but I'm getting back to Amy today. And I'm getting back to a song that is one of my favorites. It's not necessarily one of her more, I guess you would say, commercial songs, but it's one of my favorites for several reasons that I'm going to discuss later. And I'm talking about Me and Mr. Jones. I'm super excited. I'm going to be looking at the studio recording of the song, as I just want to introduce a lot of you who haven't heard it before. And yeah, we're gonna have a good time. I'm super excited. I'm dressed to the nine, as y'all can see. Got a Diet Pepsi on ice here, so get what you need to feel comfortable and join me. We're gonna have a good time, as always, in my spot. And without further ado, let's get into it. Before I begin today's video, as always, if you're new here, welcome to the community. I'm happy to have you here. If you please be so kind, hit that subscribe button. No, smash that subscribe button. There's tons of content coming you don't want to miss. Give the video a thumbs up, and don't forget to leave a comment down below. Now let's get into it.
Nobody's next in between me and mommy. It's me and Mr. Jones. Me and Mr. Jones. What kind of fuckery is this? You made me Mr. Slick Ricky, and thought I didn't love you when I did. Can't believe you played me out like that. No, you ain't worth guest list. Plus one of all them girls you can't. You can't keep lying to yourself like this. Can't believe you played yourself like this. Rulers one thing, but come Brixton. Nobody stands in between me and my man, 'cause it's me and Mr. Jones. Me and Mr. Jones. What kind of fuckery are we? Nowadays, you don't mean dick to me. I might let you make it up to me. Who's playing Saturday? What kind of fuckery are you? Aside from Sammy, you're my best black Joe. But I could swear that we would throw. I still wonder about the things you do. Mr. Destiny, 9 and 14. Nobody's standing in between me and my man, 'cause it's me and Mr. Jones. Yes, Mr.
Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Haven't listened to it in a while now. Just that whole album. Absolute masterpiece. God rest her soul, Amy Winehouse. Humongous round of applause. Me and Mr. Jones. All right, y'all. Let me take a little sip over here before we talk. All right, I want to start off by saying just how much of a humongous respect I have for Amy Winehouse. Just her artistry, her vision, her talent, the raw talent that little petite beautiful woman possessed was just second to none, I'm telling you. She always just stood out from the rest for me personally, just because of how unintentionally soulful she was. And I'm saying that because I feel when it comes to British soul singers, blue-eyed soul singers, there's this sort of step over the boundary habit a lot of people have by saying, oh my God, they have so much soul. And a lot of times they do, but I feel with a lot of blue-eyed soul singers, it's sort of very intentional, and it's a lot of trying to sound soulful, if you will. I'm not naming names. There's just, especially with the males, the females, I can vouch, do their thing. But a lot of the male blue-eyed soul singers, there's a lot of them that try to sound soulful and do sort of stereotypical things to make themselves sound soulful, but the actual voice itself isn't soulful. And it's sort of similar to what I say with singers, people judging singers, saying they're amazing, they have amazing voices when they actually don't. It's just a lot of tricks. Anyway, Amy Winehouse, her voice naturally, when her voice came out, just oozed soulfulness. And I can say this as somebody who has been singing, soul music since I was a baby. So, I know my stuff when it comes to it. But Amy always she was almost like, in my opinion, she was a cross between Lauryn Hill, Mavis Staples, Betty Wright. I'm pretty sure a lot of you don't know who these people are, but look them up. I'm telling you, I know my stuff when it comes to it. But she just sort of crossed over and meshed so many different soul singers into one package, and she put her own twist on it. The moment you heard her, you heard these influences, but you knew it was Amy. And that's something that's so rare in popular music. I am always saying this. You guys probably want to kill me. I always say this. I'm just constantly preaching it. 9 times out of 10, when you hear somebody on Top 40 radio, it is somebody who you can instantly say, oh, this sounds like someone else. Oh, this sounds like someone else. Oh, this sounds like someone else. Amy was one of the rare people that the moment you heard her, you knew it was Amy. She was an original. She was just unreplicatable. She just had her own style. She blazed her own trail, if you will. And that's something that people like Janis Joplin, in the 60s, I'm pretty sure, like I said, a lot of people, when I bring up these artists, they don't know what I'm talking about. But these kind of artists, Janis Joplin, Tina Turner, Aretha Franklin, these are instantly recognizable voices. And Amy was right up there with them. The moment you heard her, you knew it was Amy. And like I said, she took these influences and made her own. She made her own, and that is something that I have strived to do my entire career as well. It's something I wish more people did, but the pressures of the music industry placing on people to sort of mimic other people is what sort of, in my opinion, keeps a lot of people from reaching their potential with that. She was just, like I said, she was one of a kind. She was a trailblazer. Such an artist in every way, especially toward the end of her career, even amidst her drug and alcohol problems. When she stepped on stage, she put her heart and soul into everything. Even when she was in bad condition, she still let that artistry shine through. And that's something that, like I said, I appreciate so much as an artist myself. I look up to so much, and her work continues to inspire me to this day. This song, Me and Mr. Jones, I love so much because it was sort of like her take on, Me and Mrs. Jones, if you don't know the classic. She always put that sort of girl group from the 60s vibe twist on everything she touched, and I absolutely live for it. She always channeled Lauryn Hill to me in everything she did as well. It was like I said, she mixed all these influences and she put her own stamp on it. Just absolutely amazing. She had that jazzy influence in there also. It's almost like a bowl of gumbo. She was mixing all of these elements to perfection every single time. And like I said, everything with her was so unintentional, so authentic. And that's something that I don't hear too often. I feel a lot of people, they sort of set out just sort of want to sound soulful. And they, like I said, it's always about the runs and the riffs and this and that. With Amy, it was just about the feeling and the just unintentional characteristics of her voice. Just absolutely mesmerizing in every single way. And she didn't need to do a whole lot, as I've said before, to impress you. The moment she started singing, I'm telling you, jaw to the floor. The moment I first heard her was actually in my childhood. I was in a, what do you call it, an FYE store before, MP3s were the big thing. You had to buy music. And I would listen to her albums, the album before this one. And that's how I first heard about her. She is just, like I said, she's just absolutely one of my biggest influences. Absolutely incredible. I listen to her music to this day. I feel Amy Winehouse, she sort of was one of the pioneers of her kind. And she really sort of put her sort of brand on the map, if you will. A lot of people followed, took influence from her after, but there will never be another Amy. She's just groundbreaker, one of a kind. And like I said, I'm so happy to bring her back to this channel. Another humongous round of applause for Amy Winehouse. Me and Mr. Jones. Just like I said, absolute breathtaking talent. Just one, we don't see too often anymore people like her. And I'm just so happy to have been able to witness her greatness before her passing. We'll always love her, remember her, cherish her. She will go down in history as one of the greats. And like I said, I'm just so happy that people like her were here to keep, real music and real artistry alive. I'm sure I have many people who are fans of her here as well. If you have any more Amy Winehouse requests, bring them to my comments, and I will be happy to feature her and continue the journey in her legacy together. Thank you so much for joining me today for this reaction video. Please give the video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. There is tons of new content coming you don't want to miss. If you are new here and you want to support the channel, find me on Patreon. Subscribe for low monthly premium to have inclusive access on content you will not find anywhere else. And or leave me a donation via Cash App or a Super Chat here on the channel. All the details will be in the drop-down box below. You guys know the deal. If you want me to react to something, leave your requests in the comments down below, and I will add them to the lineup. Love you all. Stay blessed. Stay safe. Keep that positivity going. We need all we can get in this world. I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.